Objective Geology, multiple choice questions with answers. This is the solved question paper of GATE 2009 Geology question paper, and I hope this solved question paper is useful for various competitive exams like CSR, NET, GATE, GSI and other exams. Welcome to set 2. Coming to the first question. Which of the following accurately describes the rock phonolite? The options are A. Undersaturated ultramafic volcanic rock, B. Undersaturated mafic protonic rock, C. Undersaturated ultrabasic volcanic rock, D. Intermediate alkaline plutonic rock. So the correct option is D. Intermediate alkaline plutonic rock. So phonolite is an intermediate igneous rock with a chemical composition between felsic and mafic. So it is rich in nepheline and potash feldspar, and it contains alkali feldspar, pyroxene, alkaline amphibole and other minerals. So the correct option is intermediate alkaline plutonic rock. Next question. Which of the following is a polar planktonic foraminifer? The choices are A. Globigerinoids ruber, B. Neogloboquadrina pachyderma, C. Globorotalia menardi and D. Arbulina universa. The correct option is B. Neogloboquadrina pachyderma. So this Neogloboquadrina pachyderma, it is the dominant planktonic foraminifer species in the polar regions, and in the northern high latitude ocean. So it makes up more than 90% of the total assemblages, which is making the dominant pelagic calcifer and carrier of the paleo-oceanographic proxies. So this Neogloboquadrina pachyderma is a polar planktonic foraminifer. So B is the correct option. Next question. Which one of the following mass wasting processes is designated as a slow flowage type? The choices are A. Mud flow, B. Solifluction, C. Slump, D. Rock slide. The correct option is B. Solifluction. Solifluction, it is a term used to describe the progressive movement of a mass down a slope which is caused by freeze-thaw activity. During the warmer months, thaw water in the soil is struck by frozen permafrost beneath it, causing solifluction. So B is the correct option. Next question. Match the assemblage in group 1 with the corresponding metamorphic facies in group 2. So the choices given are group 1 like different assemblages like albite, jadeite, glucophyne, lawsonite, garnet, orthopyroxene, clinopyroxene, plagioclase, and C like garnet, muscovite, bitite, sillimanite and quartz, albite, chlorite, epidote and actinolite are given. And in group 2, green schist, blue schist, granulite, amphibolite, zeolite, prehnite and pumpillite are given. So the choices given are A, B, C, D. In A, that is it is represented as A1, B6, C2, D5, and B is represented as A5, B1, C3, D4, and C is represented as A2, B3, C4, D1, and D is represented as A3, B2, C1, and D6. So from this the correct option is C, that is albite, jadeite, glucophyne and lawsonite. This will correspond to blue schist metamorphic facies, and garnet, orthopyroxene, clinopyroxene, plagioclase. So this corresponds to granulite facies, and garnet, muscovite, bitite, sillimanite, quartz. So this corresponds to amphibolite facies, and albite, chlorite, epidote, actinolite. So this corresponds to green schist facies. So C is the correct option. Next question. When underplated by mafic magmas with no erosion, lower crustal rocks will experience what type of metamorphism? So A. Isobaric heating followed by isothermal decompression, B. Isothermal compression followed by isobaric heating, and C. Isobaric heating followed by isothermal compression, D. Isobaric heating and cooling trajectory. The correct option is A. Isobaric heating followed by isothermal decompression. So isobaric heating followed by isothermal decompression, this is also known as ITD. This can be a result of an extensional mechanism that can accelerate slowly in the early stages, and this can also be caused by unrelated extensional tectonism. Next question. Match the minerals in group 1 with their characteristic optical properties in group 2. So that means in group 1 minerals are given, and in group 2 optical properties are given. So group 1 it is represented as a biotite, sodalite, nepheline, quartz, and in group 2 the properties like uniaxial negative, motile extinction, uniaxial positive, isotropic low relief, isotropic high relief are given. and also biaxial negative. The choices are A, A5, B1, C3, D6, and B, A6, B2, C5 and D1, and C, A3, B2, C4 and D5, and D, A2, B4, C1 and D3. So the correct option goes as D, that is a biotite. So it has a characteristic optical property of motile extinction, and sodalite. So this is isotropic low relief, and nepheline. So it is a uniaxial negative, and quartz. So this has a uniaxial positive. So that's why D is the correct option. Next question. A single slice of rock bounded by thrust faults on all sides is called as A, horse, B, pop-up structure, C, duplex, D, graben. A single slice of rock which is bounded by thrust faults on all sides is called as a horse. So this horse, a single slice of rock which is bounded by thrust faults on all sides, is typically called a horse. In geological terms, it is not a horst. So that means horst refers to a larger raised block of land which is bounded by faults, while a horse is a smaller individual slice of rock within a thrust fault system. So this is the difference between horse and horst. So a single slice of rock which is bounded by thrust faults on all sides is called as a horse. A. Next question. The boundary between the Indian and Eurasian is A, main central thrust, B, main boundary thrust, C, South Tibetan detachment zone, and D, Indus-Sangpo suture zone. So the main boundary between the Indian and Eurasia is known as the main central thrust. This is also known as the MCT, and it is a major geological fault that marks the boundary between the Indian and the Eurasian tectonic plates in the Himalayas. So the main boundary between the Indian and Eurasian is known as the MCT, or main central thrust. A is the correct option. Next question. Plagioclase feldspars belong to which crystal system? Simple question. A, triclinic, B, monoclinic, C, orthorhombic, D, rhombic. So plagioclase feldspars, they belong to triclinic crystal system. A is the correct option. Next question. The plane by which twinned crystals are united is called as A, mirror plane, B, twin plane, C, guide plane, and D, composition plane. So the correct answer is D, composition plane. A plane by which twin crystals are united is called as a composition plane. Next question. In satellite remote sensing, the spectral bands near 1.4 micrometers and 1.9 micrometers are avoided because of, the choices are A, absorption due to H2O and CO2 in the atmosphere, B, absorption due to ozone layer in the atmosphere, C, absorption due to nitrogen in the atmosphere, and D, absorption by vegetation. So the correct option, it goes as A, absorption due to H2O and CO2 in the atmosphere. The molecular absorption bands of water and carbon dioxide, they cause deep absorption features that in two bands near 1.4 micrometers and 1.9 micrometers, they block the transmission of radiation. So that's why these spectral regions are therefore avoided for remote sensing of the Earth's surface. Next question. Formation of chromite from a basaltic magma can be explained by A, liquid immiscibility, B, assimilation, C, magma mixing, and D, Soret effect. The formation of chromite from a basaltic magma, it can be explained by magma mixing. The formation of chromite from a basaltic magma, this is the most commonly explained by the process of magma mixing, where a more primitive, that means olivine saturated basaltic magma, it mingles or it mixes with a more evolved and differentiated magma, creating a hybrid melt that becomes saturated in chromite, and which leads to the crystallization as a separate phase. So the formation of chromite from basaltic magma can be explained by magma mixing. Next question. Match the following academic deposits in group 1 with their places of occurrences in group 2. So in group 1, bauxite, phosphorite, magnesite, barite are given. And in group 2, Nalia, Maldiota, Pahalgam, Salem, Mangampeta are given, and also Belgaum. The options given are A, A1, B2, C4, D5, and B, A2, B3, C4 and D6, C, A3, B1, C6, D5, and D, A6, B2, C4 and D5. The correct option, it goes as a D, that is the bauxite. It is Belgium, and so that is bauxite is known for the Belgium. And phosphorite, so this can be represented as Maldiota, and magnesite, so Salem is well known for magnesite deposits, and barite, this is Mangampeta, barytes deposits are well known. So that's why D is the correct option. Next question. What is the host rock for sulfide mineralization in Rampura Agucha belt? So this question has been asked in several exams. A. Graphitic mica schist. B. Garnetiferous mica schist. C. Graphitic biotite sillimanite gneiss. And D. Garnetiferous sillimanite feldspar gneiss. The correct option is the host rock for sulfide mineralization in Rampura Agucha belt is graphitic mica schist. So this graphitic mica schist, the host rock, so this is for the sulfide mineralization in Rampura Agucha belt. It is a graphitic mica schist, and specifically a graphite mica sillimanite schist, which is considered as a metamorphic rock with significant graphite content along with mica minerals like biotite and muscovite. Next question. Which of the following is the correct order of decreasing permeability? The options given are A. Silty sandstone followed by siltstone, sandstone, pebbly sandstone. B. Siltstone followed by silty sandstone, sandstone and pebbly sandstone. C. Pebbly sandstone followed by sandstone, silty sandstone and siltstone. And D. Pebbly sandstone followed by sandstone, siltstone and silty sandstone. So the correct order of decreasing permeability is C is the correct option, because pebbly sandstone has the higher permeability, and followed by sandstone and silty sandstone and siltstone. So that's why C is the correct option. Next question. Which of the following varieties of coal has the least hydrogen by carbon ratio? A. Peat, B. Lignite, C. Bituminous, D. Anthracite. So the varieties of the coal that has the least hydrogen by carbon ratio is known as anthracite. Anthracite has least hydrogen and high carbon ratio. Next question. Which one of the following can be considered as the best cap rock for oil and gas traps? The choices are A. Chert, B. Evaporite, C. Sandstone, D. Shale. So the correct option is D. Shale. Shale can be considered as the best cap rock for oil and gas, because it has low in porosity and permeability. And other good cap rocks include low permeability sandstones and carbonate rocks, evaporites, and tightly cemented sandstones and carbonate rocks. So the best cap rock for the oil and gas traps is shale. Next question. A negative europium anomaly will develop in a fractionating magma following separation of A. Garnet, B. Olivine, C. Plagioclase, and D. Orthoclase. The correct option is C. Plagioclase. So a negative EU anomaly or europium anomaly, this will develop in a fractionating magma after plagioclase separates, because the EU is locked in the plagioclase left in the magma chamber. So C. Plagioclase is the correct option. Next question. In which of the following islands is the mid-oceanic ridge exposed above the sea level? Choices are A. Japan, B. Seychelles, C. Hawaii, and D. Iceland. So the correct option is Iceland. This is the only place in the world where the mid-oceanic ridge is visible above the sea level, and specifically the mid-Atlantic ridge. And Iceland is located on the westernmost section of the mid-Atlantic ridge, and the movement of the tectonic plates along the ridge is responsible for the formation of island. Next question. What type of dams are constructed where the foundation rock is strong? A. Gravity, B. Arch, C. Buttress, D. Earth dam. The correct option is A. Gravity. Gravity dams are constructed when the foundation rock is strong, because the gravity dams are always constructed where the foundation rock is strong, as their stability, it relies entirely on its own weight, which can resist the water pressure, meaning that they require a solid and very stiff rock at the base, and which can support the immense force which can exert upon them, and therefore they only sites with the strong bedrock, and these are suitable for building gravity dams. Next question. Which type of cross bedding is a definite indicator of tidal currents? A. Epsilon cross bedding. B. Herringbone cross bedding. C. Hummocky cross bedding. D. Trough cross bedding. The type of the cross bedding which is a definite indicator of tidal currents is herringbone cross bedding. Herringbone cross bedding is considered as a definitive indicator of tidal currents because it forms when the currents repeatedly flow in opposite directions. So this is the characteristic feature of the tidal environments where there are alternating flood and ebb tides, and essentially the alternating layers of the cross bedding or cross beds, they dip in the opposite directions. They can reflect the changing current direction. So herringbone cross bedding is the type of the cross bedding which is a definite indicator of tidal currents. B is the correct option. Next question. Which type of sedimentary basin is formed close to continent collision settings? Choices are A. Fore arc basin, B. Peripheral foreland basin, C. Back arc basin, D. Retro arc foreland basin. The correct option is B. Peripheral foreland basin, a sedimentary basin which is formed close to a continent in collisional setting. It is called as a peripheral foreland basin, and it occurs on the continental plate which is being subducted during the collision and causing the crust to bend downwards, and that can form a basin near the mountain range which can be being uplifted. So the peripheral foreland basin, it is a type of the sedimentary basin which is formed close to the continent collision settings. B is the correct option. Next question. Which of the following is a siliceous microfossil group? A. Conodons, B. Radiolaria, C. Dinoflagellates, D. Foraminifera. So the correct option is B. Radiolaria. The siliceous walled microfossils, they include radiolarias, diatoms, and the radiolarians are single-celled and marine zooplankton. They vary in size from 30 micrometers to 2 millimeters in diameter. So radiolaria is a siliceous microfossil. B is the correct option. Hope you have followed the questions and the content, and see you in the next video. And for more videos, you can explore geosciences, and you can subscribe to this channel, and see you in the next video. Thank you for your time.